Hello and welcome everyone. Getting started a couple minutes early. Hello, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan and coming to you live at approximately 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday. So whatever time it is for you, whatever day it is for you, welcome and thanks for being here. And I want to give a shout out for Fu Man Poo. Thanks for showing back up. I don't know if you saw some of the past not pre-recorded, but just past live streams that you missed. You played them back at non-live. What's the word? On demand. And yeah, we were talking about you, hoping you're okay, because you mentioned that you had some health things going on. So I'm glad you're back here. What did you say again? Let me see if I can scroll back up to the top here. But we're glad you're back. I can't get back to your first comment, but you're getting a new guitar amp for Christmas. Wow. What are you going to get? Let us know. Let me know what you're thinking about getting. I'll give you my 2 cents. I've had quite a few amps in my day, tube and solid state, so I'll give you my 2 cents as far as what you're thinking about getting. And also let me know, how serious of a player are you? Are you kind of beginner level, intermediate, advanced, or, that has an effect. Like if you're brand new, or just kind of screwing around, you probably don't need a $3,000 tube amp or something like that. But anyway, hello and welcome everyone. And Travis, I saw that you said your eardrum is like shot or gone. Like, what happened? And you need to get surgery? Like, what do? Can they restore your eardrum? And how did your eardrum get messed up? Because I'm curious, because I am quite the ear protection enthusiast. Every time I go to see a band play, a concert, whatever, I bring some kind of hearing protection. I've had about maybe 10 years ago, I had some custom fitted earplugs made. Rather than getting those disposable ones all the time, I just got some custom West One ones made a while back. They made molds in my ear. But now I find, I don't have them here right next to me, but my Apple AirPods Pro ones, the first generation ones, and Angie's got the Pro 2s. Those are great. Those do a lot of decibel reduction, and I tested them at a concert I went to earlier this year. I actually like the AirPod Pros better than my custom fitted doctor prescribed ear plugs, whatever. So there's a few options for you out there if you guys want to protect your hearing. But I got to protect my hearing. I expose myself to decent decibel levels in here, and I want to make sure I can keep producing music for the long term. So I try to not go much louder than 70 dB here and don't do it for terribly long. But yeah, protect your ears, guys. I see a lot of people as they get older and their hearing isn't that good, and I'm blessed for all the loud events I've been to. I used to produce Dayglow paint rooms and raves, which are super, super loud. We brought hearing protection for those most of the time too. But anyway, it's protect your hearing, guys. I know, Pedrick, about putting AirPods in. I have everything. I mean, I don't use any in-ear monitors or anything. I have headphones and speaker monitors here. The only times I put things in my ears now are just my AirPod Pros when I go out into the world. And I don't think they're doing anything bad. My hearing's being quite protected. And so that's the most important thing. As far as damaging what's inside the ear, everything seems fine. So, I'm not an ear doctor or anything like that. But yeah, be careful, do your research. But me and Angie are doing fine with, putting. I've been putting my pharmaceutical grade earplugs in for like 10, 15 years, and they're great. They've done more good than harm is all I can say. So anyway. Let's see. So what'd you get there for your amp there? Oh, Sarah, you got some hearing loss from the 90s. Yeah, me too. That's when I was doing the Dayglow paint room, Sarah, Saw a lot of loud bands too, So yeah, the 90s were tough on us Gen Xers. That was like the boomers 60s, That was the 90s was it for us for sure. All right, so you got a Spark 40 combo modeling app. Remind me again, who makes the Spark amp series? You're not played out since 1997, so killer gear is not needed. Been playing since 82. Could be pretty good if you might toot your own horn. Cool. Okay, so you want a new guitar. Well, it depends. What kind of guitars do you have right now? I would say, since you're a Gen Xer like myself, right, Fu Man Poo, I would say I would, okay, I'm not familiar with them. Positive Grid. I would say, if you're a Gen Xer like me, it's good to have all the basics, the classics covered, like a Stratocaster, Telecaster, some kind of like Gibson, either like a Les Paul, an SG, an ES335. If you have all that stuff, maybe like some kind of Guild or something like that, like a hollow body, semi-hollow body Guild, maybe with a Bigsby or something like that, tremolo bar. Les Paul and Stratocaster. You should get yourself a Telecaster, man. It wasn't until maybe I don't know, 6 years ago, I got this. I put together this Telecaster, and I'm always tweaking it and changing it. I still have to make another tweak. I'm going to get a new bridge here, a stainless steel one, so I'll have a fully silent system here, which is important when you're doing high gain stuff. But yeah, I'd recommend a Telecaster. They're pretty fun. It's like a minimal Les Paul kind of. But or a 335, yeah, 335 would be cool. If 335s are Gibsons, and they're the ones you kind of see sort of like some jazzier guys playing, like BB King, but his is not a 335, but it's the one with the F holes. Yeah, those are classic guitars. Really, really sweet. Yeah, Ibanez makes really nice guitars too, Foo. So it sounds like you're thinking about it. So yeah, get a classic guitar. Let's see. Jesse, acoustic, get a Taylor. It sounds like he's covered. Sounds like he's looking for an electric, Jesse, to pair with the amp that his wife just got him or is getting him. So, yeah, cool. Varley, she spent most of the mid-90s dancing in gay clubs. I spent many a night in the 90s dancing in clubs, I tell you, I worked at raves, acid house, and all that stuff, lot of dancing miles on these legs in the 90s. F-holes, this is still a family stream. F-holes are on a guitar where there's like a cutout into the body. It wouldn't be a solid body like this. It would look like one though, except there's a hole. I mean, a little narrow hole in the shape of an F. Like a musical F. And then you can look inside and it resonates and stuff. That's an F hole. Let's see, Patrick, or should I just call you Patrick? How should I pronounce your name, Pat? You need earmuffs, so all those years wearing earbuds were probably good for your ears, really. Yeah, 90s was a good decade. Seriously, if you're a Gen Xer or thereabouts, 90s were awesome. In fact, the music I'm making now, if you guys heard, I've been showing you the stuff we've been making this year. We're on a real good roll here. We've been making some good stuff, getting some really good response. And, it's very 90s influence, it's like, I've learned a lot of stuff since the 90s, I've had new ideas, new production things I've learned and new inspirations and all that, so I've grown, but I'm still that same 90s music producer at heart, so it's cool. When I hear the new stuff, I go, yep, I'm unapologetically 90s. I'm not trying to be retro or ironic. I'm just kind of a 90s guy. That's kind of merging the present stuff, technology, and musical ideas with the core 90s thing I've that I'm been known for and stuff. So yeah, 90s rock. Hey, Uncle's back. Hey, I was just asking Angie. I wonder if Uncle's gonna come back tonight. Because yeah, I knew you had a trip a couple weeks ago. You had like people over. It's been the holidays, right? So yeah, most people aren't like me and Angie and don't go anywhere and don't see people. So that's cool, Uncle, that you actually went out into the world and were social. So kudos for you. You feel no worries about leaving our live streams for stuff like that. But we did miss you, and I'm glad you're back for sure. Let's see, Smoothie Cleanse. Hey, I finally got to type in English. Damn keyboard went to type in Russian. Wow, that would have been interesting. Skycross, your 7-year veg anniversary. Awesome. Okay, so Sarah has a friend, an Irish friend with that name. I know it's an Irish name. I have a friend, Pat Ogle, from my Project Records days, and his name is really spelled like how Patrick spells his here, but he goes by Pat or Patrick, the normal American way. Anyway, Jesse, thanks for asking about my mom. She's doing better, so thanks so much. Kind of my emotions are kind of tied into hers, how she's doing too. So when it's hectic for her, it's hectic for me. When it's chill for her, it's a little more chill for me. But I'm always thinking about what's up with her and how to proceed on here. Hey, Johnny's here. So Patrick, let's see. Patrick is just Patrick in Gaelic. I'm just gonna call you Patrick, if you don't mind. Is that cool, Patrick? Because I actually have a buddy, an old buddy with that your same spelling, but I always called him Patrick or Pat. So hope you don't mind me doing that with you too. Let's see, in the 90s too, Varless. That's when I met my first vegans, actually. I remember, it was actually, Sarah. I remember I met my first vegans when I was in San Rafael. I was, that house I told you I was staying out there. We were house sitting. My friend and I were house sitting sometimes. Yeah, she was totally in the .com world, graphic designer, working at all the .com startups back then. And one of them was a cool one I worked at a little bit too, Angry Monkey. Anyway, in San Francisco. Anyway, one of the before I ever worked there, one of the guys I later became sort of friends with, one of the founders, one of the owners of Angry Monkey, Tomas. He's a vegan. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. Like, wow, what's vegan? He was talking about Millennium. Is that the name of the restaurant in San Francisco that's gone now? That's the first time I ever heard of vegan restaurants. So yeah, that's when I first learned of veganism in the mid 90s .com era. Probably about like 95, 6, 7, something like that. Diablo, you're back. Good to see you out. You're up late out there in Norway. And thanks for being a member for 21 months. Oh, Uncle. So that's probably why you've been gone too. A good friend of about 30 years passed away last month, and you went to his celebration of life, and he was only 62. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that, Uncle. Yeah, just goes to really show how precious life is, and you just never know. Never take anything for granted. When you wake up in the morning every day, even if things suck and you're bummed, take a moment to have some gratitude that, hey, I'm still here. I'm gonna try to do my best and all that. So. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Uncle. Patrick, no, I was never really much of a comics person. Never was one of my things. Don't Fear the Reaper. Should I play that? Something like that. Fucked it up. I was just playing AGF. Anyway, grateful to be alive. That's what I was saying, Graven. Yeah, we're saying. I'm just saying, even if life might not be all you might be a little bummed on things. Have gratitude that you're here, because we were talking about how Uncle lost a good friend recently at age only 72. So yeah, I'm just saying, you just never know. Nikki, on a more positive note, you had your B12 checked, and it's great. $7.99, one vegan B12 gummy weekly. Awesome. And you have all these idiots like Dr. Barry that I just made the video about, and Rogan. All these people think you're going to be so deficient, when you're vegan. And all you got to do is take some simple supplements. It's not like you have to take at least a dozen supplements like Dr. Barry's saying, or else you risk, quote, severe deficiency. And I didn't take a bunch of the stuff he's saying vegans must take daily. I've never seen a vegan doctor say you got to take creatine or else you're going to risk severe deficiency. But just goes to show you how easy it is to eat plants, take a few simple supplements. It's not going to take over your life. That's what they make it sound like. Oh, if you go vegan, you got to be really careful, take a dozen supplements every day, and you have to, oh, it's so, think how hard it would be. Seriously, guys, if you had to take a dozen supplements as a vegan, like, it just, no one would do it. It'd just be too hard. But yeah, it's not that hard at all. Smoothie cleanse. Yeah, I've had someone come on this. It's probably the same person. Someone came on here and told me, "Oh, well, if that I wear glasses because I'm vegan." I just had to laugh my ass off because said, are you aware that I was wearing glasses before I went vegan? In fact, I first started wearing corrective lenses in like elementary school. I didn't wear them all the time. That's when I first went. So you're saying my veganism transcends the space-time continuum. Somehow my body knew to get myself poor eyesight when I was like 10 years old, anticipating that I'll turn vegan in my 40s. You know, it doesn't make any sense. People just say the stupidest things. It just goes to show how if you're vegan, any perceived imperfection will be attributed to your diet, which is stupid, because think of all the people that wear glasses and contacts that are not vegan. What's their excuse, you know? Anything. You know, some like VDs complain about how my hair is not as thick now in my 50s as it was in my 40s. No shit, Sherlock. I mean, that's how it works, whether you're vegan or not. I mean, a lot of guys lose their hair in their 20s and 30s and they're not vegan. I mean, again, any perceived imperfection, like say, you know, you don't have a body like Nimai Delgado, which is kind of by choice. I'm not trying to look like that. I'd rather have a body more like, say, basketball player, like say Austin Reeves on the Lakers or something like that. That's more what I'm aiming for rather than Nimai Delgado. But anything, you know, anything that you have that someone perceives as not being perfect, like, oh, you're old, like, yep, I haven't died yet. You know, I'm 57. That has nothing to do with being vegan. There's plenty of 57-year-old non-vegans. It just shows you how stupid people are, and they're just so petty. They'll just fling poop. Oh, something imperfect about you? Imperfect? It's because you're vegan, you know? So basically, yeah, I've just debunked veganism. Yep. So how come everyone loves Nimai Delgado so much, you know? I mean, he seems like a nice fellow. I respect him. You know, I think it's cool that he was born into like vegetarian, was it Hare Krishna parents or something? He's never eaten meat in his entire life. Like, kudos. And look at his body, you know, all the muscles and definition and you know, all this crap that people say, oh, you got to eat meat to have muscles. Well, look at this dude. He was on the cover of Men's Fitness or Muscle and Fitness, one of those two mags, you know, shirtless because of his bodybuilding, and he never ate an ounce of meat in his entire life. So people just need to stop just making stuff up or repeating stupid crap they heard from dumb people like Joe Rogan or whatever. Varlas, you're a lesbian, but you gotta admit, Nimai has a fine body. Yeah, he has a stereotypical, like perfect, like bodybuilder physique, you know, and no coincidence. He's been working on it for a hell of a long time, you know, and I'm sure he's got some good genetics too, but a lot of hard work, good genetics. Yeah, yeah, he should have those. He should have some good results. Hottest thing under 5'10" I've ever seen. Yeah, I'd say he's about that high. I remember, yeah, we met him a few times, and we took a picture at a local restaurant here years back. And I remember looking at the photo. Yeah, he seems like 6 foot or a hair under, something like that. And that's about average male height. I think 5'11" is like average male height. So he's average height. Just standing next to me, most people look a little short, you know, just because I'm a bit above average.
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, Johnny. Thanks for the tip, Johnny Bravo. You learned to appreciate life when your uncle passed away in 2020. He was only 46 years old at the time and died 9 days before your birthday on the 21st of November. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear that, Johnny. So I'm saying, yeah, it just seems like, you know, I'm just saying, I'm guilty of this too. Like, you know, getting in ruts, getting bummed on stuff all the time. And, you know, maybe some of the stuff is justifiable for getting bummed on, and a lot of it's probably not, but shouldn't dwell on that either way. And I appreciate being alive, appreciate I woke up another day and I'm here and I'm healthy, I have my health. A little bit before this live stream, I was talking to a a family member. I'm not related through blood, but anyway, he's around my age and he plays basketball. I still want to play him sometime, but we won't be able to play for maybe a year because he just like tore his ACL. You know, he's totally like out of commission. He's on crutches, and I felt guilty when I told him, yeah, earlier today I went to the gym, was playing basketball. You know, I was trying not to bum him out, you know, but yeah, you know, anything can happen. If not death, just an injury or something, an accident, a car accident, who knows, you know? So just appreciate if you're watching this live stream right now and you're in good health. This is the time of year. We're just like a week out of Thanksgiving. So yeah, appreciate what you got, you know, let's have some thanks. Let's see, Ugly Face says, veganism caused you to lose your hair retroactively 10 years before you went vegan in 2016. See, as I'm saying, my eyesight, the fact that I wear glasses, somehow my 10-year-old self knew I would be vegan, even though I didn't know what vegan was when I was 10, in the 70s. They somehow mysteriously go vegan in 2010. It doesn't make any sense, these people. Hey, Parth is here. Good to see you, Parth. Ulysses, but Joe Rogan is a primary source. Yeah, he's a primary source of made-up bullshit, for sure, and conspiracy nonsense. Yeah, he's a primary source of that. He delivers it as the source to, like, you know, his giant following, and that's unfortunate. Oh, you're talking about dreams there, Pat. Yeah, when you see... I don't have those kind of dreams, thank goodness. Maybe that's a thing for you. Yeah, Dr. Bear hasn't been on. I bet Dr. Bear is busy, school and all. Smoothie, yeah, I've got a lot of Dr. Greger's books. I haven't had a chance to read his most recent one though. I forgot to tell you guys, last Friday was the Friday of the Thanksgiving week. I got out of jury duty. I was supposed to technically last week, Monday was the day I was on call for being on jury duty, and I strategically postponed my jury duty to the week of Thanksgiving. It was a tip I researched online, with the hope or thought being, the intention being that, you know, lawyers, judges, they go out of town. You know, it's going to be a short week. People want to travel. People have, you know, they're doing stuff. So I called up like the night before, the couple days before, and they said, oh, you're cool on Monday. You don't need to report. So, all right, cool. And then, you know, it's Monday night rolls by. I call in or go on the website and check for Tuesday. And no, you don't have to report. I think it said, actually, you're cool. You have served your jury duty. You're totally fine. So I wanted to share this hack with you guys. Post if you really don't want to go for whatever reasons, like you have a job that doesn't pay you anything, or you're just too busy, or whatever. You know, I mean, it's cool. I've served actually on a jury one time. It was a fun experience. I thought it was cool, but don't always have time for that, but I want to share. Schedule your jury service for the week of Thanksgiving, and I can't guarantee your mileage may vary, but it worked out for me. All I had to do was check the website a couple times, say you don't have to go, and then it finally said you have served, you have fulfilled your duties. So yeah, awesome, awesome tip if you guys want that. Yeah, it's cool and interesting, Metalhead. I don't think jury duty sucks, but you know, sometimes it's harder for some people than others to do it. If you have like a government job and they fund you, they pay you your full salary or what, your hourly rate the entire time, totally cool. You know, it's probably great. You don't have to go to your job, you know. But for people like me, where if I'm not here doing stuff, besides like passive income, I'm not making any money. I got to create new content. You know, I have to work. So anyway, oh, you've done that too, Uncle. Yeah, it's the week of Thanksgiving. It's such a great week because it's a short week and people are traveling and things are weird. Perfect time to do your service, perform your jury duty as a citizen. Oh, you have to go on December 16th, Graven. That's pretty close to Christmas. you might squeak by if it's not too late. If you can postpone it to the following week, you probably have a higher chance of not going. The closer you can get to Christmas, probably the better. But yeah, things are weird right now. But yeah, things are weird as Thanksgiving. The fact that it's a shortened week, but yeah, Christmas is a weird week too. So anyway, thought I'd share that little hack with you. Pat, you don't know how people can have all the info and not be vegan, let alone the moral aspect? That's why I changed the title of this live stream. Like, vegan is easy. Why are you still eating meat? So we'll see if anyone sees this live stream and comes and tells us why they're eating meat. Yeah, vegan, Brian, animal activist. Yeah, B12 and nutritional yeast. I'm just not totally certain how bioavailable that B12 is from nutritional yeast. I'm aware of that, but yeah, either way, we use nutritional yeast all the time around here, so hopefully we're getting some from that. But you should still take a supplement anyway, in case you're having trouble with the bioavailability of nutritional yeast B12. Sarah, you just got your health insurance squared away for next year? I'm kind of worried about ours. Hopefully the incoming administration won't take away what is actually a really good thing for a lot of us. So we'll see. Hey, Peter, you saw another video of Ken Berry. Okay, he's going to say only pooping once every 5 days is perfectly normal, because if you're carnivore, you need to keep all the nutrients. Somehow, thanks for sharing that, Peter, and somehow something tells me that is not what the scientific consensus is. I'm sure if I were to go to WebMD right now, let me just Google, how often should I poop? Let me go to the right browser here. How often should I poop? All right, let's see. All right, so let's go take a look here. The AI overview says between 3 times a day and 3 times a week. That's a pretty big range here. This is from Healthline. There's generally no accepted number of times a person should poop. As a broad rule, anywhere from 3 times a day to 3 times a week is normal. But Dr. Berry is saying once every 5 days, so that's not right. Let's see anything else here. Okay, Cleveland Clinic here, 3 times a week. Really, that's all people poop? I mean, I poop every day. I don't think a day goes by if I don't take at least one. But yeah, once every 5 days, and you need to keep the nutrients. It's in poop. I mean, how are you absorbing the nutrients? It's waste. Your body's getting rid of it. Anyway, it shows you how the guy is not following what is taught in medical school. He thinks he knows better. He's listening to conspiracy theories, and unfortunately, is he practicing his medicine practice? His rural Tennessee family physician thing, treating them with these conspiracy things that are not like this what we just saw on the screen? That's a little concerning. Smoothie. I don't know about Discord. It's kind of nerdy and stuff. You know, I barely can make sense of it. I know a lot of you guys probably can't make any sense of it, so probably not. But if others use Discord, awesome. I have an account. I haven't used it in a year or two. Let's see, if everyone shared my live event right now, says Vegan Brian, I'm sure we can double your total numbers watching from 4 to 96, even more. Who should they share it with? Where can they share this live event with, Brian? Give them some advice. It's, you know, when you hit share, you got to do something. Like, share it where? Like on their social media or... Anyway, yeah, I don't mind you guys sharing this. Yeah. Let's see. I don't remember you saying that, Fulmar, last week. Well, Pat, that's a lot of poop in there. 3 or 4 times. I think, yeah, once, maybe twice. That's kind of average for me. But definitely not like 3 times a week. That would be a bad week. It shows you how people are just like chronically constipated. And that probably has something to do with the fact that 90% of Americans, or I think Westerners in general, are deficient in fiber. You know, people all, oh, if you're vegan, you're going to be deficient in all this stuff. Like, oh, you're probably deficient in fiber and potassium. Odds are, if I were a gambling man, because 90% of Americans are deficient in fiber, 90% deficient in potassium, roughly. So, you know, who's deficient? And who's not pooping? You like poop talk, Fu Bamboo? I bet you do. Yeah, Pat. Yeah, I responded to that video how kale is like little triangle knives in cutting up your insides. Yep, kale is killer. You know, not like beef, and it gives you heart disease. It kills people. Like, you know, when doctors go to cemeteries, they see like all these graves and tombstones, and the people are there because they ate kale. Doesn't work like that. People don't die from eating kale. Sarah, okay, we'll take you up on that prediction. You think AJ will enter the building within 10 minutes. Okay, we'll see right now. It's 6:29, so let's see if AJ's here by, let's just give her the benefit of the doubt, by 6:40. It gives her 10 minutes plus a few seconds. Let's see. William, hey William, poop at least once a day. I don't even recall. When you ate meat as a kid, you recall having pain and pooping once a week. I know. One scenario or situation in life where I appreciate my easy flowing vegan poops is when I would go camping at Catalina, because I remember before being vegan, and pooping there sucked. It's these outhouses which are really tiny and uncomfortable. It's just really hard to get in the mood to poop. You just kind of hold it off, and when you go out to finally poop out on the second day, you're feeling horrible, and it takes forever, and it's a horrible experience. Now it's like, oh, wake up in the morning, just go drop a quickie, and that's it. You know, next morning, wake up, go drop a quickie, in and out in a minute or so. You know, so much better than the agony of camping poo. That's totally true, Sarah. Camping poo. Especially if you don't have, like, you know, modern facilities, as many camp places do. But Catalina, at least where we go, it's primitive. There's no electricity. There's no real plumbing. It's just these outhouse pit toilets, and it's very, you know, it's not comfortable or anything like that. So I appreciate the quick vegan poops. Fish is fruit? Huh, that's news to me, Heidi. That's news to me. Let's see. That's scary, Brandon. You had giant vegan poops at first. It's probably your gut bacteria making the adjustment to eating more plants, more fiber. It takes a little bit, week or two, something like that. Traveler's constipation, yeah. Hey, Jordan Vegan USA. Woo! Let's see. Hey, I'm recording a YouTube video. Please tell me why you are vegan. Of course, Jordan. I'll tell you why I'm vegan. Let me. I don't know if you're doing it right now, but if you are, let's see. Let me remove the stuff here. Hang on one second. All right. Let's see if this does it. All right. Hey Jordan, thanks for asking me about why I'm vegan. I'm vegan because I found it completely unnecessary and cruel to have animals be killed for you on a daily basis so you can eat. You can eat plants. Like, why would you choose intentionally to have animals be killed for you, raised in this horrible manner and then slaughtered, when you just can eat plants? So hey, Sensei made it into this video too, but it's simple as that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or a philosopher or anything like that. Just understand that if you really truly believe animals are to be have value and shouldn't be exploited and killed, everyone says they love animals, but do they really? If they they pet a dog or cat or go to the zoo, then they immediately go to the zoo restaurant and eat a burger. How much do you really love animals? So you have to be consistent in what you're saying about how you feel about animals. So that's why I'm vegan. I love animals, and I wouldn't think of killing animals when I just go get some plants. So anyway, let me know if that worked out for you there, Jordan. But thank you for the super chat tip, Jordan. What is love? That's what you're quoting, paraphrasing there, Fu Manpu. And your bestie helped break that song, Sarah? You really know some people. I mean, your bestie's done a lot. Bestie can help break us, huh? Get us out of these little underground corners of the internet we've lived on our whole lives. Actually, Love Spirals Downwards, my first band, got going before the internet was really a thing. Before it was just text for researchers and universities. There was no YouTube or nothing like that. There weren't websites really. That's cool, Sarah. I'm just kidding. No, we're not trying to get big or famous or anything like that. It'd be cool if one of our songs took off or something like that. It'd be awesome. In fact, some have getting a lot of plays of older songs on Spotify. It's pretty cool. People. What I've realized is that a lot of them. Oh, Sensei Volcano gifted a membership, and Antero got it. And Peter, thanks for being a member for 30 months. There's a video with Paul Saladino. He's petting a cow to farm and smiling, saying how good grass-fed beef is for you. So he pets the cow and loves it, not because the cow is a loving, beautiful animal deserving of awe and respect, but he's petting it because he's thinking, I'm going to eat your ass later, right? How sick and cruel and twisted and demented that is, to pet something and be two-faced about, I love you. I'll love you even more when I kill you and cook you up. That is sick and sociopathic. Sorry, Bestie, I said he liked he showed him some of our new stuff. He likes our stuff, though. He had no idea. Awesome, thanks. That's cool. I was going to say, as far as being a musician of the 90s, which I was talking about earlier tonight in this live stream, it's cool now that, that was a long time ago for some people. The 90s are kind of hip now. A lot of people are being retro, like Gen Zers, think the 90s was so long ago. It's like me, in the 80s, thinking the 60s were so cool, anyway, Gen Zers are now discovering the 90s. And a lot of them, this whole new crowd has discovered our music. This whole new generation has discovered our music. So it's cool. They're approaching it from a perspective of newness, complete noobs at our music. And so it's cool. They don't have any expectations of anything, who was in the band, what left, when they broke up. All this. It's just cool. They're glad that we made the music, and a lot of them are digging the new stuff too, because it sounds quite a bit like the old stuff. Oh, I made a thumbs down there. All these cool things I can do. Look at this. Woo! Anyway, modern technology. Isn't that pretty cool? Let's see. Blood Rose wants to know, what was the first inspirational vegan moment for you? The life-changing awakening. Well, that's a begged question, because it assumes I had an experience or two of what you're describing there. But I can tell you two pivotal moments that set me on this path. First of all was in the, I think, early 90s, early 1990s, at a Grateful Dead show here in Southern California. The one and only time they played this weekend at Cal State Dominguez Hills. Anyway, after the show in the parking lot, I encountered the Hare Krishnas. They're singing and chanting, and more importantly for me, handing out for free the free vegetarian food. It's probably vegan too, because they're not big on butter and ghee, so it's probably vegan. So anyway, I ate it. I go, man, this food's delicious. You guys didn't have to kill animals for this. This is awesome. And it got me thinking. And from there, I started going to, there is still a Hare Krishna temple in Laguna Beach. they used to have a restaurant there. It's not there anymore, but we'd go there like, every couple of weeks or so. Me and my buddies would go there and eat the food and go hang out in the temple and chill and be mellow after. We'd go watch the sunset before that and then go down to the Hare Krishna restaurant and temple after. So yeah, that was kind of set me on this thing about vegetarianism. Then later on in the 2000s, I think it was 2009, on a trip to San Francisco, we spent about a week there, maybe 5 or 6 days. I was there to promote a new album of ours at the time, Future Past. Anyway, the point is that it wasn't my intention, but it was just so easy to eat vegan there. So when we went to restaurants, I always ordered the vegan option. When we went to the market, we just bought vegan stuff, stuff that didn't have to be branded as vegan, but stuff like sourdough bread has no butter or dairy or whatever, eggs. Anyway, after a week of this, I go, wow, this is great. No animals needed to die in order for me to live. I had no animal products that whole week and I feel great. And so that was a pivotal moment too. So those two combined, had me go vegan the very next year. So anyway, that's it. So I didn't have a aha moment from God or something like that, but I did have a couple big moments in life that kind of like shook me, like, hey, look, animals don't need to die in order for you to live. Isn't that awesome? Like, why would you want animals to die for you? Like, I don't. I love animals. I'm not a hypocrite. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, Jesse. I get bummed too when I go places and I see some kind of traps for rodents or something like that. Peter, no, I haven't seen Christspiracy yet. Yeah, sorry about that. I totally want to see it, but I've just been too busy. And I'd love to see it at some point. Maybe they'll put it on YouTube, right? Because I thought they're having problems with like Netflix and stuff like that. So maybe they'll just put it on their YouTube channel eventually. Sir, I used to see the Hare Krishnas in Berkeley. Yeah, I'm sure they got a presence out in the Bay Area for sure. I love the Hare Krishnas. I know they get a bad rap and stuff. Some people call them a cult. I don't know, but they're always cool to me. Never had any problems with them. And even after going vegan, I went to their temple in West LA. It's like Venice or something like that. And they have a Govinda's restaurant there, and they have very clearly marked vegan, vegetarian, so you can eat vegan there, and it's all you can eat buffet. I forgot what it was, but put your money down and just stuff yourself. And then if you want, you go to the temple and chill with them after. I didn't do that ever at the LA one. But anyway, Venice is a trip. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of going to Venice. The only time I would go to Govinda's is when I was already out there doing something. More often than not, I'd eat there after going to the early, like, LA Fruit Luck meetups that we used to do in the early days of our channel. Like our friend Evan used to host them in Santa Monica. And then we're starving after because we're just eating freaking like fruit all afternoon. I'm hungry. So we just pile into the car and, or just me and Angie. Sometimes we'd bring a friend or two. But anyway, we'd go to the Hare Krishna temple and then really eat up. Last time you were in Venice, Sarah, you saw a dude making out with an iguana. I can say I've never seen that happen anywhere, but yeah, it sounds like Venice would be a prime place to see a dude making out with an iguana. It sounds very Venice. Hit the like button, you freeloaders. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, true man poo. Sifu man poo, yeah. They might have some dark days, but all religious entities do. I don't know much about their darkness. Maybe someday someone will make a Netflix or HBO Max show about it. I'm glad they finally made one on Yogi Bhajan and Guru Jagat from the Kundalini yoga world. That was just waiting to happen because we knew, Angie and I knew there was, we kind of knew some people. We did some Kundalini yoga for a while, so we knew there was a lot of weird shit going on there, abuse, sexual abuse and exploitation of humans and all that. And we're going, how come no one's made, what happened here? How come no one's made a documentary about that? Because cult shows are huge now. Like there's documentaries about weird tiny cults, like the Mother Love cult. The one who drank the colloidal silver and died, and her skin turned blue, and her followers kept her in the house for months. They got a movie and documentary or whatever, but finally Kundalini Yoga and Yogi Bhajan got one. Did you guys see it's called Breath of Fire? I think it's on Max if I remember right. Totally cool. Angie and I were like waiting every week for the new episode. I think it's a 4 or 5 part series. We were glued. We knew like some of the places there, the yoga studios out here. Anyway, yeah, check it out. Even if you don't know anything about Kundalini Yoga and the 3HO Foundation, check out Breath of Fire. You'll probably like it. If you like cult shows, you'll dig it. Yogi Bhajan, not Yogi Boo Boo, Yogi Bhajan. Kundalini is kinky? Let's see. So anyway, bestiality is not your thing? Well, thanks for sharing that, Fu Man Poo. I'm hoping it's not anyone's thing. Graven, interesting, huh? Yeah. When you were a kid, your mom got a lucky rabbit's foot. You thought it was so cool until you realized it's a freaking rabbit's foot. Like, why is there a rabbit's foot thing there? Yeah, I remember those things when I was a kid. I hope they don't make them anymore or sell them, because that's fully cruelty and exploitation. Cool, I'm glad you guys all hit the like button. Thank you guys. Thanks for liking and sharing if you did. The Dalai Lama? No, as far as I know, Dalai Lama has never been vegan or anything like that. They no, they should be. I think all Buddhists should be vegan. That's my personal interpretation of the logical consequences of what Buddha taught, is to be vegan. I understand Buddha himself wasn't vegan because, as far as possible and practical, he didn't work, he didn't have a job, he was a beggar. He was a classic ascetic beggar type. So I was going to say beggars can't be choosers, so he just kind of ate what was given to him. Typically it was rice and stuff like that, but can't guarantee it was only rice. But anyway, Dalai Lama is a man of means and wealth, and he has the ability to make choices, and as far as what foods he can eat, what foods he can buy, and there's no reason why Dalai Lama couldn't be vegan. So I'm not going to hold it against Buddha, but I will hold it against Dalai Lama. Anyway, I'm not saying he's a bad person or anything like that. I'm just saying, if you really follow what Buddha said about having compassion for all sentient beings, how can you have compassion for sentient beings if you're eating them? I want someone to explain that to me. Is anyone lurking in the background? Did anyone just tune in right now? Can you explain to me how you can simultaneously have compassion for all sentient beings and at the same time eat them? How does that work out? What kind of mental gymnastics or gaslighting is involved to make those two diametrically opposed ideas work? Wow, Fu, I didn't strike you. You didn't ever struck me as a religious type. You used to go to a Southern Baptist church up until 2020. Wow, interesting. You saw a clip of the Dalai Lama judging an American cooking show? That doesn't sound like something His Holiness should be doing. Yeah, uncle, some kind of cognitive dissonance or denial or something like that. Some kind of mental gymnastics to make it work. Oh, you meant Buddha, not the Dalai Lama. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the Dalai Lama would ever step down so low to start doing reality shows or something like that, like cheesy ones. I could see a reality show about how the Dalai Lama lives in India. That'd be interesting. I'd watch that for sure. I'd totally be down for that. But yeah, a cooking show? Huh. But anyway. You're not a fan of the Dalai Lama? I can't blame you, Patrick. I'm not saying you're a victim of this, but I know for a fact that the Chinese government, the Communist Party, has spent, and it continues to spend, a lot of money, time, and effort in marketing a message about what a horrible person the Dalai Lama is. You'd be surprised at how much they dislike him and how they feel threatened that he exists and what he represents to people, that Tibet should not be part of China. So they hate him. He's a huge enemy of the state. And like I said, they've done a really good job over decades, spending tons of money, spreading a lot of just stuff to Americans in the world in general that, oh, look, the Dalai Lama is bad. He said or did this or whatever, and going on Facebook message group stuff and saying stuff. So anyway, I'm not saying he's a great person and he's without fault or anything, but he's not nearly as bad as what the propaganda machine has been portraying him as. Navia, see, I know you're talking. That was the Chinese Party. I saw the entire context of that video. The Communist Party snipped out like 30 seconds out of context, didn't explain what was going on, didn't explain the customs and the traditions of Tibetan people, what's considered normal in Tibetan in culture. And no, it wasn't like that at all. You should, if you saw that, you should try to find the uncut version, or at least watch. I remember I saw a commentary of an actual Tibetan who speaks really really good English, commenting about the whole incident, how this is like a bunch of nonsense, that everyone getting triggered by this little 30-second clip that went viral, and partly due to the Chinese Communist Party. Anyway, AJ's here. Where's AJ? Yeah, we predicted, or actually Sarah predicted, AJ would be here at 40 past the hour. Wait, AJ's not here, or let's see. There's AJ. Aloha. Yeah, Sarah, you're off by you're off by at least 7 odd minutes or so. But good guess. That was a pretty close prediction. Oh, thanks, AJ. Well, you got here and immediately left a very generous super chat tip. Well, thank you, AJ. Really, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your generosity, your kindness, your good vibes, and thank you so much. The Dalai Lama is not overhyped, Patrick. He's the Dalai Lama. There's no hype. They don't. He's like me, like in the sense, like you don't see me. Hey, I'm awesome. Look at me. I'm this great guy. You gotta respect and honor me. No, he just does his thing. Goes around, gives speeches. He teaches, and he never makes boastful claims about how awesome he is and how you gotta respect him or stuff like that. The overhypeness, again, is just something that the Chinese Communist Party wants you to think. He's very humble and makes no demands on people to hold him or Buddhism in high regard. He lets you think for yourself, which is, says a lot, instead of trying to put out propaganda and misinformation. Lays out Buddhist teaching, Buddhist philosophy, and lets every individual person use their own rational skills and come to their own decisions. No, I didn't know the Dalai Lama has a channel, Navia. I wasn't aware of that. Pat, no, I don't talk about how good I am at basketball. I mean, for my age, I'll say this. For my age, yeah, I'm pretty damn good for a guy in his late 50s, But I don't think I'm hot shit or anything like that. I mean, I have confidence in my skills, and I should, because I've been playing for a while, and I put a lot of work into being fit and athletic and improving my basketball skills. Even in my late 50s, I'm still learning new moves, new shots, and new combinations that I couldn't do earlier in the year. So I have confidence, so I'm ready to play. If anyone wants to play me one-on-one, I'll play them. Not to say I'm automatically going to beat them, but I have the confidence to go out there and compete and not make an idiot out of myself. I have the confidence I'm going to go out and try to win, and if I'm not going to win, I'm going to still fight like hell. Is that thing, fight like hell, run like hell? I don't think you can fight like hell, right? I messed up that idiom, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Wow, I Love Rain just described. Interesting. Thanks for subscribing, I Love Rain. And I say interesting because right now, just as of a couple days ago, I started remixing an old Love Spirals song called Rain. And Angie was just working on polishing the vocals up today here, mixing them. So yeah, it's kind of strange timing that you love Rain, because all I'm hearing is the lyrics. When was the last time that we saw rain? I've been hearing this all day in my head. So anyway, and not even in my head, I was just doing some mixing before I came on and did this live stream. Sarah, we got a live one? Where at? Do we have someone trying to like debunk veganism? Let me know if there's something like that. Or are you talking about something else, Sarah? Um, yeah, if anyone's here to debunk veganism, whether you've said something yet or not, come say hi. Let us know what your thoughts are. If you think veganism sucks, if you think that vegans are like, or we look down on everyone because you're not as good as we are, or something like this, let us know what your thoughts are about veganism. Oh, Uncle, is there a bad history about Shenyang? Have you guys, I don't know what parts of the country or world they travel to, but do you ever see those flyers or billboards or get crap in the mail from Shenyang? You see that? They're like dancers and acrobats and stuff like that. Have you seen that? They're tied to a cult, actually. And a cult that's it's weird. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, it's bad news. They're full of shit, and they actually hate California. Shenyang, who travels all throughout the state here, and they do all these performances. They hate California. The cult that runs them is the same cult that is behind the channel California Insider. Have you guys seen those California Insider thumbnails or they're sensationalistic titles, and they're always trashing California, saying how horrible it is here, there's crime or taxes or people are dicks here or something like that. And I looked into that channel, who's behind it, and it goes back to the Shenyang and the cult and all that. Epic Times, I think, is the name of it, or something like that. But anyway, yeah, that is that's a bunch of crazy shit there. They violated child labor laws. They don't pay their people. Yeah. They even supported Trump the last several elections, the last 3 elections, because they have this perception that Trump is going to make the Chinese Communist Party go away. He's not going to do that. I'm just saying, because they hate the Chinese. Shenyang hates the Chinese Communist Party, and there's many good reasons to hate it, but I don't think Trump is going to do anything for their cause. And I'm not taking a stand here politically. I'm just saying that's what the one thing they've done politically in the United States. Anyway, and that's why they're trashing California, because it's a political move to trash on our great state here, I know, yawn, Sarah, I know. That's part of the GOP's playbook, is to trash California, make us look bad. I think a lot of it has to do with the threat of our governor, Gavin Newsom, running for president in the future. So they want to already have it in place that California is this corrupt, horrible place that's a failed experiment gone wrong, and it's a hellhole here. And it's not. It's a great freaking state. And I told you, I intend most likely to live out the rest of my life here in California. Maybe not in this exact city or something like that, but I hopefully will move to another slightly more remote area of California. Not totally, a little bit, but not totally. It'll be near an airport and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. California's awesome. Yeah, Sarah, there's good and bad here. I'm not saying it's perfect. Hell no. There's all sorts of problems here, but there's problems everywhere. I mean, find me a state that doesn't have the same kinds of problems that California has. We might have on a bigger scale because we have 30 million people or some crazy number like that. We have giant cities, as opposed to more modest cities maybe you might find in Midwest states or something like that. But you still have homeless, you still have housing problems. I was just watching a video today about how in some states, not California, that I saw, they're converting old shopping malls into places where people can live, making affordable housing, because there's a housing crisis nationwide. It's not just California. This thing I saw was in Rhode Island, and another one was in Colorado. Have you guys been getting this thumbnail the past couple days? How I live in a shopping mall, and it's not a blogger. It's actually a news story. But I'm just saying, it's the problems that affect us affect everyone. Oh no, Heidi, those ads for Shenyang are showing at the subway station. Yeah, they have a lot of money for marketing, and they really just exploit and underpay all those fabulous and talented artists and gymnasts and dancers that Shenyun has. Oh yeah, and Gavin is from Sarah's area there in Marin County. Yeah, I thought I just read a headline. He bought a new mansion there or something like that. I forgot which town, but yeah, a nice one for sure. They're all nice in Marin County. That's a nice area that Sarah's from. Some people consider it maybe the coolest part of California. Who knows? I dig it, but it's probably a little too expensive for my taste. It's known for being really expensive too. Yeah, I'm like you, Uncle. California, my whole life. I know no different. I mean, I've traveled and spent time other places, obviously, like you have too. So I know what it's like, But I'm always happy to come back to California. Sarah, you never thought you'd leave CA, but then, life happens and stuff happens. And yeah, I know why you're up where you're at right now, and that's where you got to be right now. But it sounds like, eventually you're going to return to California, right? Because you're a California person. Yeah, Marin in the 90s. That's when I fell in love with Marin. When I was house sitting there, I tell you, that was the 90s. When I first learned about veganism in Marin, that was in the 90s. Peter, in Canada, Canada is different from California. You guys have more of a social safety net there with social services like say health and stuff that are like shit here in California or the United States. Vancouver, Canada has the worst homelessness in North America. Even with the protections that you have, homelessness is still a problem. It's a problem. California, United States, even Canada. Nikki, you really like living in the deep south, not what you thought it would be. Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I've never really traveled too much in the deep south. When I was a kid, went to visit my mom's hometown of Arkansas, and I drove through Highway 10 to get to Chicago. So I went through Texas, Oklahoma, all that stuff, but I didn't really spend much time in the south. Yeah, AJ, I understand. Yeah, Vancouver is a very expensive place to live. Real estate, it's crazy there. One day I'll make it up to Canada, to Vancouver. It's something on my bucket list and way easier and more practical to do than going to say Australia, another place on my bucket list. Same with Spain. But I think I'll probably hit up Vancouver and Victoria before I ever go to those other areas. I'd still love to go to Asia too. Not sure where, Taiwan, Korea, something like that. Angie's brother just visited Japan randomly, right now. I'm not sure why, but it sounds like he's having a good time. Sedona. I've been to Sedona. Yeah, it's not too far from us here, one state over. It was a long time ago. It was the 90s, the magical 90s. Yeah, I think I paid for that from money from doing Dayglow paint rooms. Oh, DLSL, you've been to Taiwan? Cool, I'm looking forward to going there. I thought I looked it up, could find some vegan dim sum there, so I'm stoked. Uncle, I have a real ID and I do have a passport, but I believe my passport is extremely expired now. I haven't left the country. Wow, and well over a decade, so I most likely need how does it work out now, Uncle? Do you need both? Do you to leave the country? Do you need both your real ID and a passport, right? You need a real ID, if I understand right, to travel now. Just on an airplane, you need a real ID, within the country. But if you want to leave the country, you need the real ID and passport, right? Yeah, Metalhead. Yeah, there's a lot of American YouTubers that end up in Asia, North Korea. Did you hear about that one guy who's probably going to go to jail for a long time for being a complete idiotic asshole on his YouTube channel, defacing North Korean historic statues and stuff like that? And what dumbasses. Anyway, AJ, you haven't had a passport since your early 20s? Yeah, I think Angie and I updated ours maybe in our late 30s or early 40s. Okay, yeah, it's still the same, huh, Uncle? That's what I thought. Passport only if you need to leave the country. I didn't think real IDs were going to take the place of passports or anything like that. I just wondered because I haven't traveled. For all I know, they have. I'm just making sure they hadn't. Sarah, your passport just expired. Huh, what's it like up there to get a new passport? It's kind of a pain down here. There's more people. Hopefully it's not that hard to do. But if you're not traveling anytime soon out of the country, why even bother, right? Why spend the time and money and effort to update it? I have no plans, like I said, to leave the country anytime soon. So I'm not going to update it right now. Like, say I update it now and I don't travel out of the country until like 11 years, or is that how long a passport's good for? 10 years? Or anyway, say I just, I'll just do it once I have some kind of trips in mind. Right now, the only trips I have in mind are like, within California. But if I ever go to a vegan camp out, Peter, I'll have to get my passport updated. That's cool to know, Rat. It's really, really easy to be vegan. And lots of subs. Cheese is very expensive, though. Well, that's good. Maybe that, encourages people not to eat cheese. That's Varless, so you can be a dual citizen if you want. Cool. Uncle, you have to get a passport. Why is that? Are you traveling out of the country anytime soon, or you just like to have one at all times just in case? Yeah, Sarah, you're right. Yeah, give yourself enough time. So if I, say for instance, I'm not going to do this, but say I were invited to, or I accepted the offer. Say I had accepted the offer to speak at Vegan Campout next summer. I think that's when it is. I would start now, get my shit together, and start the process. Well, Fu, I was glad seeing you. I'm glad you're here. You're always welcome here, Fu. Don't be afraid or anything. Come anytime and chill and hang out with us. Yeah, we're all happy that you're back and good to see you, Fu Man Poo. AJ, there's a good reason to get a passport in case you need to flee the country. And who knows, some of us might need to flee the country in the next 4 years. Maybe they're coming after us here. They're going to find all the people that said bad things about our new leader and round us up. Who knows? I don't think I ever said anything bad, have I? I just haven't said a lot of positive things, but I don't think I ever said anything bad. But I guess it's subjective what's considered bad. Oh, I made things happen. Cool. Let's do that again. Woo! Yay, there it goes. Woo! I don't think anyone's going to round me up, Heidi. I'm just joking. I think so too, Sarah. I just hope I don't lose my health insurance. That's my biggest worry, because when you're older, as I am, Gen Xer, I see how there's a scale. Like the older you get, the more expensive it is. So I want to keep it very affordable like it is right now. So that goes away. I'm going to complain to everyone who voted for the guy who's going to get rid of our affordable health care. But we'll see. Hopefully that's not going to happen, because it's been around now for like a decade, and so many people in all states, blue states, red states, are relying on it. It's going to really piss off a lot of people if that goes away. Wow, Diablo, so you're going to move to Thailand in 3 years. Good for you. That'll be quite a shock, coming from a very cold northern climate down to the warm tropics. So good for you. And Vegan Metal, you want to move to Indonesia someday and get out of this mess. Yeah, that's probably practical. I imagine it's not a high cost of living area as well, like Thailand. For retirement, wow. Uncle, how will tariffs affect vegetable prices? Well, if there really is going to be what is it, a 10 or 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada, that will undoubtedly affect food prices, which I said, economists said, we, the consumers, the people who buy the food or anything imported from Mexico and Canada, will pay more money, and therefore we'll have less money. Prices will go up, inflation will go up. So hopefully that's not going to happen. Hopefully the people he's appointing to be in charge of finance and the economy will point out to me, that's tariffs really ain't a good idea, bro. You shouldn't do it. You're gonna pass the cost on to Americans. It's not like the country pays for it. I don't think you ever seem to grasp that, but hopefully that will sink in. Giovanni, you just want to put up a Mexican flag on your house to mess with your neighbor across who has a Trump sticker on his Ford F-150. Hey, it's a free country. You can put any flag of any country up, right? Am I wrong here? I thought you can put the flag of any country up. Is there a law against that? I don't think there is. Varley says, you Yanks already pay way too much for fresh produce. I was shocked when you found out. Well, it might even go up more. We'll see, and hopefully it will not. I'm just, have some concerns. Yeah, Sarah, I would prefer not to live in another country, but I have to admit, sometimes when I'm watching like House Hunters International on HGTV, there's some places that look cool, There's some places in Mexico that look sweet. Some places in Australia. I would live in Noosa, Australia, hands down. If someone could set me up in Noosa and I could get citizenship and move all my crap over there without any issues and magically... Ooh, that's a microphone falling down. Yikes. Hang on one sec. I was just recording with this little small diaphragm condenser mic. Yesterday, recording some acoustic guitar with this, so it's in a weird spot right now. I haven't put it back to its little home. Patrick, do you ever play video games? Just chess lately. That's not really a video game, but I play like chess.com online. But I haven't been playing too much. I have a new iPad now, iPad mini. It's more powerful than the previous one I had. It's got more storage, so I wasn't able to play games because I had to get rid of Diablo and stuff because it was taking up like 5 gigs. And so now I've gone from a 64 gig drive to 256, so I'm loading stuff up now. So hopefully I'll start playing games. My chess rating, I'm not sure if chess.com's ranking or rating is equivalent to ELO numbers, but on my official account where I have, my name and all, it's not really my name. Anyway, it's over 1,000. It might be 1,100 or something like that. Somewhere in that ballpark. But lately I've just been playing as a guest. I feel like, that way I just can play more free and loose. Don't have to worry about my number. I shouldn't worry about a number or anything like that. It's kind of stupid. But I just want to play a ton of games. If I do something stupid, I don't have to worry about it. And I think I've gotten better since I've been playing this way. So I should go back to my official chess.com account and see where, if I go up now after playing like for the past maybe 6 to 8 months on the guest way of playing as a guest account. How long will I let my hair grow, Peter? I don't know. I've asked Angie if she'd be cool on maybe giving it a trim maybe. Or maybe I'll just go back to this Korean salon a few towns over, and where they've been cutting my hair for a bit. I was just really pissed off when I went last time, which is about maybe now 5-6 months ago. I brought a reference photo, and I really wanted them not to give me much of a haircut. I just wanted to take what I had and like shape it into something really cool, and they just buzzed my hair down, and I was just pissed about that. So I don't know. Oh, time controls on chess. I like 10-minute games, like 10 minutes on either side. 5's a little quick for me. I mean, yeah, 15 and 20 are cool, but who has time for that in this fast-paced world? So I find 10 to be a good sweet spot. I like to think a little bit, especially once we got out of the openings and we're at the mid-game. And I'm a very tactical-minded player, so sometimes it takes a little while to see what you want to do, like to set up some tactics, if you can, if it's an open position. Yeah, that's kind of my thing there. My screen, I don't even remember my screen name anymore because I've been playing as a guest. Blunders R. I think that's it. Blunders R is my chess screen name, and I should have a photo of a squirrel. That's my user pick, is a squirrel. So if you find that, add me as a friend on chess.com, and we'll play sometime if you ever see me on, if I ever log back into it. I've been really happy just playing as a guest anonymously. I kind of like that too. When you play as a guest, you play people of all ratings. You play like, guys that are stronger than you, maybe 1,500, 2,000 even, and you play guys that are just starting, and most of them are kind of more in the middle there. But it's just kind of funny to get someone, just a variety of people. When you play on your account, I don't think you ever play anyone who's more than like 100 points away from you or something like that. Yeah, blunders are. That's it, exactly. Blunders are is my chess.com account. And maybe you'll see my rating there. I really don't remember what it is. It should be somewhere, yeah, over 1,000, I think. 1,100 maybe. Hey, Melina, Angie's still in the videos. She makes all the shorts. Go to our channel. I'll go there right now. I'll show you guys. She makes a ton of shorts. Let's go take a look-see. Let's see. Like all these videos here. These are Angie's doing. All these shorts. See how they're under shorts. There's like the regular long form videos, and then there's the shorts. Every last one of these. Angie, she's making shorts left and right. She makes way more videos than I do. So make sure you're following our channel. Click a few of the shorts to hopefully have the algorithm automatically suggest them to you. If not, make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell. But yeah, Angie's still making tons. Wrong button. She's still making tons of content. Not just doesn't make this kind of content. This is my kind of thing, and she prefers that kind. And everyone, has their own preferences. But I'm glad you made it to a live stream, Melina. Awesome. Aging, it's natural when you brush hair for it to fall off, It's not just a vegan thing, is what Peter's saying there. Huh? Peter's saying, did you know both of the main stars of the new Wicked movie are vegan? Huh, who are these two stars of the Wicked movie? Yeah, Skycross. Yeah, the 7 vegan meals I made at home. That's total Angie's thing. Diablosa, what do I eat at Xmas? Well, I don't know if you know about this stuff being in Norway, but we eat a Mexican dish called tamales often. And hopefully our vegan friend, Shane's Tamales, will be making some. I was hoping to eat some on Thanksgiving, and I didn't get the text. I thought he was stopped or maybe went on business, but somehow I just didn't get his text. So I'll have to be on top of it, make sure I hear about it. Yeah, Patrick, you sent me you sent me a request on chess.com. Yeah, it's a picture of the squirrel. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Blunders are with the squirrel. I haven't logged in for months. Does it say what my rating is, Patrick? Let me know if it gives that information out on chess.com. I haven't logged into that account for a while. Okay, you know what tamales are, Diablo. So awesome. Who else was talking about chess here? It was Pat. And I know Diablo is a chess master, right? You're like master level. What's your rating, Pat? And who else was I talking to here about chess? Let's see. Jair H guy. Let me know what was let me know what your guys' ratings are. See if I have to be all like I gotta I'm gonna get rocked like Diablo did to me. February 5th, last time I logged. Does it say my ranking though? Just kind of curious. Let's see. Let's see. Diablo Andar, your friend, got an international master his last tournament. So you hang out with like really good people. Jair H guy, you're 1,000 in daily games. So everyone on daily. What are daily games? I'm sure I just play the regular, count games. Where does it display rank? I don't know if it does, Patrick. I was asking. I just don't know if you can. Does it show my rank? Or does it only show my rating if we're playing a game? That might be the only way it displays rating, perhaps. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Chess is kind of nerdy and stuff. But for me, it's kind of relaxing. Sometimes just after eating a meal, I don't feel like I'm ready to hop back in here and get to work or something. So I'll just grab the iPad or something like that, play a few games, a couple 10-minute games, and try to get creative, try to see some tactics, and hopefully win and move on. Oh, daily games, or you get 1 to 7 days to make a move. Oh, okay. I've never done that before. Yeah, in the olden days, that would be like mail games, like not mail like man, but like, you send your move through the postal mail or something like that. I never did that, but yeah, just like, regular 10-minute games are cool. Fulmar music competition messes you up. I feel the same too. That's why I prefer not to play on my account where my rating could go up or down. I get more conservative and nervous. I don't feel like I'm playing as free and easy and creatively as I feel like I'm just kind of erring on the side of caution. And chess, defense is important, but you got to go out. You got to you got to do your attack and take some chances. So anyway. That's why I like playing on the account where I'm just kind of anonymous. You don't have the capacity for chess there? I mean, anyone could learn chess, I guess that just means you're not attracted to it, because anyone could learn chess. The moves are rather, simple. I mean, what the rules of the game are. It just takes a while to actually, be able to move your pieces in a way where they're coordinated and they're working together, and you know what you're doing. That's true with anything, though. It's always a learning curve. You're the opposite of attracted. That's true. I'll totally buy that. But I'm sure if you were forced to, you could learn to play chess. But why would you? You're not. No one's forcing you. Hey Giovanni, your little brother who's 19 is starting to eat your vegan food, and now he's known to be very picky. In what way? Like he's very picky about like your vegan food, or what? Or he's picky, like he likes only vegan food now? That would be cool. That sounds good, Heidi. A nunchuck video, like Bruce Lee. That's cool. Nunchaku. I don't think Trump's going to try to ban lab-grown meat. I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, just a technology. It's like, why ban a tech? There's like no reason to. It's, again, we live in a free country. Lab-grown meat is not a threat to national security. It's not a threat to anyone other than, say, meat producers. And I thought we live in a capitalistic, free economy, free country. So there's absolutely zero legitimate reason to ban lab-grown meat. As a free person in a free country, I feel like I should have the right to decide for myself if I want to hand over money and buy lab-grown meat. I don't want to, but I should have that right. Someone shouldn't take it away from me. Again, it's not like dangerous. It's not like fentanyl or something like that. It's just food, Anyway, we'll see what happens. I said, I'm really big about freedom. I really believe we should be able to be free to do things as long as we're not like harming others or something like that. And lab-grown meat doesn't harm people. It's like I told you about weed. It's kind of a victimless crime. You shouldn't go to jail for smoking a joint. That's just crazy. Like, who's being harmed? It's anyway. China he probably thinks it involves cloning and aborted fetuses. No, it doesn't. Yeah, Patrick, Pat, you are absolutely right. RFK, and I'm not speaking ill of him. I'm trying to speak of him in as objective manner as possible. He does have a few conspiracy theory beliefs regarding health issues, like say fluoride and other chemicals like that. And if he believes the carnivore or anti-meat talking point about vegan food being ultra processed and full of chemicals, if he buys that shit, hopefully he doesn't, but if he does believe that crap, yeah, that wouldn't bode well. So hopefully that's not going to be an issue. We will see. Oh, Sarah, your friend's son just offed himself shooting fentanyl. Yeah, I know people who've lost their children too. I think that's a high risk group. People in their 20s and 30s lost their life to fentanyl. It's a big problem. See, that's something that where freedom, you've crossed the line there. It harms yourself, it harms others, harms society. Lab-grown meat doesn't harm people, doesn't harm society, anything like that. So there's no reason to ban it unless you're trying to protect the interest of your buddies who run the meat and dairy industries, and that's not democratic. That's not free market capitalism. I'm not saying I stand behind those concepts, but that's what America's supposed to be, right? I'm just saying. Anyway, it wasn't an accident. Oh my God, Sarah, that's horrible. And Varlas, I remember, I thought you told us before, you take fentanyl. It's prescribed to you. Your fentanyl is a transdermal patch. It helps you to be able to walk. It shows you what a tool some of these prescription drugs are. For someone like you, it helps you live. Helps you to walk. It's a tool, like a hammer. You can build a house with a hammer, or you can kill someone, or kill yourself. A tool is what the human does with it. Fruit causes cancer. That's a good one, Pat. Really? Wow. I've not yet seen any fruits or vegetables, for that matter, listed on the World Health Organization's Group 1 or 2A carcinogens. But I do know there's some meat products on there. So that's interesting that fruit is the problem, not red meat, not processed meat. Jana, I hope that's not true, because because that would be antithetical to freedom, to shutting down a product or industry, not for any harm it has or has the potential to do, but only because you want to protect your buddies' businesses. That's wrong. That's immoral. It's un-American. Hope that doesn't happen. And anyone who's a fan of his, I'm not saying he is going to do that or anything. I'm just saying I just hope that doesn't happen for these reasons. Yeah, Varley, just risk it with the fruit. Risk that cancer with the fruit. I think we're going to be okay. Something tells me that eating bananas and apples not going to give you cancer. Yeah, Graven, they need to be careful. It's dangerous out there for those CEO billionaires. That's who gets all the protection. Seriously, I'm not being facetious or sarcastic now. Really, that's who gets all the protections in this country, not the people who are in danger that, don't make a lot of money or whatever. CEO billionaires, they're the ones able to spend the money to get the attention. I just read that Elon Musk's super PAC is estimated to contribute about $250 million to Trump's campaign. $250 million. Just imagine that in your pocket and just giving it away, and to buy political influence. Look at him now. He's going to be on the cabinet or wherever that Doge thing he's going to be on. Anyway, it's a lot of money, and it's just kind of scary that is this what it's going to be like from now on? Those who have the most money can decide who's going to lead us. I mean, that is not democracy. Hopefully this is a one-time thing, but hopefully that's not going to happen again. That just putting out $250 million to because you got it. Anyway. Oh yeah, and his net worth has gone up quite a bit because Tesla's stock has been on a tear. Not because of any new products, not because of their earnings. In fact, they're as far as I could tell, the only electric car maker who's actually losing market share in the electric car space. All the other manufacturers' sales are increases. Tesla's has stalled. So it's just on speculation that because of his position now, his political influence is going to help Tesla out somehow. I'm not quite sure how that's going to happen, but most of Tesla's market price is due to hype. They don't have a product yet or a product line that justifies how much that stock costs, and they have nothing in the pipeline that seems like it's gonna be the next big thing. Those dumb robots ain't it. That robo-taxi, Cybertruck, I heard now they are laying people off, or at least telling them to take a week or two off people who work on the assembly line for that because demand is down. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Tesla. I personally don't own any Tesla stock, but some of the mutual funds I own have some shares. Full disclosure here, I'm just saying I'm not promoting or buying, selling Tesla. I'm just telling you I don't own any. Yeah, sir, it's been doing great, but only because of hype. Kind of like Bitcoin. When Tesla and Bitcoin have been on a tear since the Trump win, but neither have any fundamentals that say, hey, it's justified. And both of those are extremely volatile investments if you want to look at them as such. I mean, either of those can go down like 20% in a day or in an hour. Johnny, I don't know why people would get a Cybertruck. Weirdest looking car I've ever seen. You know what it fulfills? Since I'm a little bit older, and you've probably seen them too. I'm not trying to play down like you're a kid or anything like that. But around like 10, more like 15 years ago, the GM Hummer was a really popular car. It was like the Cybertruck of its day. It's really big, and it just makes a statement. Look at me in this big freaking thing. And the Hummer is worse in the sense that it's like it showed like, I don't care about the environment. I'm cool getting 8 miles a gallon. Screw all you environmentalists, lefties, or whatever, something like that. It felt like that that's how I felt when I saw a Hummer go by, So the Cybertruck's kind of like a slightly more environmental friendly version of that kind of vehicle. It fulfills that niche for that kind of driver or something like that. But yeah, speaking of big expensive cars, I'm more pro Rivian. When I see Rivians around, I go, that looks like a nice car. They have a nice truck and SUV, all electric, actually built pretty well. Unlike a lot of people I know with Teslas, I've seen people have some really expensive fixes on relatively new Teslas. But yeah, Rivians look pretty well built. And from what I understand, they have a new line coming out in a year-ish that's going to be like half the price of the current ones. That's the problem with Rivians, is they're like $100,000. The next models, the R2s, whatever, are going to be like maybe half that. Oh, they tanked in Consumer Reports? I didn't hear about that, Sarah. Tell me more. What did Consumer Reports not like about Rivians? Varley's, you can't drive, so you go everywhere by train and on foot. Oh, good for you. Yeah, that's good that you can go places by foot. I tell you, hopefully I can live somewhere else in California in my future. And the place I have in mind is very walking friendly. And I'll still, be able to drive to larger towns nearby if I need to go to see a real doctor in a real fancy place. But yeah, you can walk to the supermarkets, walk to coffee, walk to all sorts of, things that are cool. So yeah, that's very important to me, is to live in a walkable area, a walkable neighborhood. I'm with you guys. I'm not a big fan of Elon either, and I have not been a fan of his. It has nothing to do with Trump and the election and all this crap. I have not been a fan of his for quite a long time. Don't believe me? Go check out on our channel. Just look for Elon Musk Neuralink. I made a video about him maybe 3 years ago, something like that, and I wasn't even a fan of his then. So I've had a dislike for that fellow for quite a long time. Well, Rivian ranked one of the lowest? I didn't know that. They seem like well-built cars from what I've seen and read. I'm surprised. Yeah, Travis. Oh, yeah, there's a big earthquake in Northern California. Yeah, it was felt in Humboldt County more than anywhere. But yeah, I think Sonoma County Mendocino probably got rocked a bit too, Sarah. But yeah, I mean a little bit. But yeah, it was centered not too far from Eureka, if you know where that is. Yeah, 7.0. That's a serious earthquake. Anything above 7 is gnarly. Uncle, who will help you if Rivian goes out of business? What do you mean about that? I didn't know Rivian helps people. What do you mean by that, Uncle? Yeah, and every earthquake has aftershocks, and the bigger the earthquake, the bigger the aftershocks. So yeah, it sucks. If you have a 7.0 earthquake, yeah, you're probably going to get a few 6-something aftershocks too, which is the last thing you need after surviving a big earthquake. But no, down here, nothing. I mean, we're just too far away. That is just literally way too far away for us to feel a 7.0 earthquake. Funny you mentioned that, though. A couple weeks ago, I was in one part of the house and Angie in another, and we're pretty close, maybe like 30 feet apart. She goes, wow, did you feel that little earthquake? I said, no, I didn't feel anything. She goes, man, the stuff was shaking out here. I go, in this room, it was perfectly stable. Nothing shook whatsoever. So it just shows you even two people in the same house at the same time didn't, one felt a little earthquake, the other didn't. Yeah, Giovanni, yeah. Tsunamis, though, can travel across the entire ocean. Yeah, if the earthquake was just in the right place, the tsunami could hit anywhere in North America for the most part, could have traveled across the ocean to Japan or out that way. Yeah, fortunately, it wasn't the kind of... they didn't know it at the time when they issued the evacuation orders for the potential tsunami, but... after they sent the evacuation notice out, they realized, there's probably not going to be one. It didn't occur where they thought it was. It was low risk for tsunami. And fortunately, yeah, no tsunamis. Uncle, does Long Beach have an earthquake and tsunami plan? I'm sure they do. It's not well publicized or anything like that. But a lot of Long Beach, as you know, lies near the coast. It's sea level. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, a tsunami could hit us here. Actually, I don't know if you know about this, Uncle. One of the greatest tsunami threats for our area here is actually not like an earthquake or anything. It's actually there's a certain area in Palos Verdes. I don't know if it's above the ocean or under the ocean, some kind of landslide. Not the one that's making people leave their homes. There's some kind of earth movement where a bunch of crap could fall into the ocean really quickly, basically, and cause a local tsunami here. So, I just learned about that a couple years ago. Geologists were talking about that's the biggest tsunami threat to our area. But anyway, we're up high enough from sea level here. We're safe. Maybe a flood would get us or something, but not a tsunami at this elevation. Giovanni, you're an hour from Marin and Fairfield. Ah, cool. You live up there, Giovanni? Awesome. Patrick, yeah, basically the United States has been at war like forever. It's like there's always some military something going on in this country. It sucks. Like, how come we just can't just be chill and not fight, not attack? Johnny, yeah, come West Coast again. Okay, let's end right now the discussion of like bagging on all these politicians. As I've said, even when I'm speaking about someone I don't like, I'll make sure that what I say is not my feelings or anything. It's just, I try to speak as objectively as possible, and I'll relay my thoughts, my feelings in the sense I hope this doesn't happen as a result, but let's just get away from airing our grievances towards politicians and such. Because this is the reason why is that, this is not a political channel or something like that, a political live stream. If it were, then it'd be appropriate. I understand we're all humans living on this planet together, and politics does enter into our lives and our thoughts. And I understand, I'll talk about some political things sometimes, but let's not, let's just kind of say we've hit our political limit today. I'll allow a little bit, but I think we've hit our quota for today. Pat, it's a channel about poop? What are you talking about? It's a channel about, oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier, right? We did talk about how many times we pooped a day earlier, because Peter brought up that Dr. Barry, the guy I made a video about yesterday, said poop once every 5 days. That's normal. That's healthy. That's cool. Like, no, that's not normal, healthy, nor cool. Yeah, way less trolls. Who was asking? Yeah, Diablo Cell said no trolls today. It's been pretty chill. They just don't come anymore. I mean, I changed my title again today. I think YouTube is just not suggesting our channel to trolls anymore. I don't understand. Like, what did I do wrong, YouTube? How come you don't like my channel to go to trolls anymore? Yeah, Skycross. Yeah, let's not overdo it with the politics. Like I said, it's totally cool. I'm not lashing out or reprimanding anyone, because I talk about politics too. But yeah, I think it was just a certain amount that's like what's right for this live stream, this channel. And I think we've hit it tonight, especially the election's a little bit behind us now. And, you know, I'm sure we talked about, I know we talked about politics more in the weeks up to and after the election, but now we're a little bit past it. And I think we've hit our limit for today. The trolls are hibernating, Kate? I don't know. Pat, do I ever drink? Yeah, on Thanksgiving, I had some wine. I bought a bottle of Sonoma County Rosé. That's California, because California rocks. Anyway, I bought some Sonoma Rosé this summer, a few bottles, because I love Sonoma wine. They have really, I think it's one of the best wine regions in the world, in my opinion. But anyway, we bought some earlier this summer, and we had one bottle left. I go, man, we're never going to drink that rosé, because rosé pairs really well with warmer weather, and we're in winter time or close to. And secondly, I've had a lot of shit going on in my life that's been making me bummed. It's not much. Hey, let's toast, and because I'm. But no. Anyway, Thanksgiving here was a nice warm day. It was like in the 70s. So we ate around like 2 o'clock or so, maybe 1. It was pretty early. And lol winter. It was a beautiful day. It felt like summer. I'm saying the temperature was good. I was probably wearing shorts. It felt great. So, hey, the weather's good. I'm feeling good today. I wasn't stressed about all the stuff I've been stressed about. I go, today is the day. Angie said, let's get that rosé out of the fridge. It was already chilled. Paired it with the beautiful 7 vegan Thanksgiving dishes Angie made at home. It was awesome. So at least I had that one really good day with the wine there. And that's it. I have no more alcohol here. Actually, I might have a can of a margarita. I have got like this 4-pack one time at the market. I think I have one left. But anyway, that's it. I drink on occasion. Yeah, lol winter, Sarah. I mean, it was cold today. I mean, for here, you'll laugh where you're at, but for me, we've been freezing all day. I mean, it's nice in this room right now, but oh, come on. Come on, Face ID. I just want to see the freaking weather. Okay, today's high was, you're gonna laugh, you think I'm a baby. It's 67, but it's 46 at night. And, that means our house is like in the low 60s when we wake up. I asked our Siri temperature thing this morning. It was 60 in the dining room, right next to our living room. It was cold, It's like, and our house is old. It has shit for insulation. So our house is cold. It's an old house, and it sucks, I'm sure a lot of you guys who you live in way colder places than here, I'm sure you guys do, because California is one of the warmer places, Southern California. But I'm sure your house is probably warmer than ours because it's more modern, has better insulation. I'm just saying, don't laugh at me because it's only 67 today. Our house has been cold all day. Muthu Lion, why drink when I could bring out the bong instead? I know I might have some more of those vegan gummies that Sarah suggested. I like those things. Those are cool. I can't believe I lived all these years and really didn't get into gummies until like a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go invest in some more vegan gummies. I think I only have a few, like maybe 3 left. Yeah, Angie and I split them, but yeah, those are cool. They're nice and chill. I actually had a vaporizer for weed, not like just smoking nicotine or whatever. I hadn't used it in years, but I realized, it's just the batteries. So I'm waiting for Amazon to come tomorrow, so I'll try to fire that up. All blessed. The trolls are struggling to form an argument. Do we have a troll? We don't have any, right? Right, Blood Rose? Or do you see someone trying to form an argument? I would love to see someone put an argument out here for us. Freaking freezing in Boston past 2 days, 27 now. But what's your indoor temperature, Heidi? It's probably warmer than mine, is what I'm saying. Uncle, if your house is leaky, you need more fresh air. I mean, might as well just open up the windows because it's probably going to be the same. Try the Wilds too. I didn't see that at my local place, Sarah, but that other brand that I got, yeah, they got there's like a whole wall of them, so I know I'm covered with them. So yeah, if I see the Wilds, I'll check them out. But I'm stoked. I can just walk to a place just a few minutes from here and get that other brand of gummies. Cranking up the heat because your house is drafty. That's what we got to do too. And we have for our electric rate, we have a time of use plan because of I plug in my car at night. My hybrid plug-in. So anyway, yeah, it's kind of expensive to use the heater right now. I have to wait like another hour and 15 minutes before it's economically viable. Jenna, you love vegan gummies? Jolly Ranchers make some. Yeah, these are CBD gummies. I didn't make that clear. They're actually THC, CBD, and CBN in equal proportions. It's a really cool blend. I dig it. I'm a total fan. Okay, no trolls today. Sarah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, people like you that live in colder climates, colder areas than I do. If you live in a newer house, it's insulated and it's warmer. I remember this in God, when was this? About 7 years ago. I made a video about it. I traveled to San Francisco in December and I ran across the city. I ran across the Golden Gate Bridge. It was so beautiful. It was so magical. That was one of the coolest things I've done. It was a long run too, maybe like 12 miles or so when all said and done. But anyway, my point is, it's December. I'm leaving our freezing house here in Long Beach. I get to my friend's place in like kind of south of Market, San Francisco, and it's an older place, but it had been recently refurbished, so it had great insulation. It was warm and toasty in there. It was just cozy. I go, this sucks. I go up north where it's colder, but it's warmer. It's just because the house, the insulation of the house is different. That's cool, Pat. Most of the edibles are vegan at your local pot shop. Yeah, I was looking online at some of the other brands of gummies, and the other ones have like gelatin. That's what you got to watch out for. So the brands that Sarah suggested to me, yeah, are all they don't put gelatin in. You can make vegan gummies if you want to, and I'm glad they wanted to. Let's see. Ricky Pop says Dawn is back. Who is Dawn? Are you Dawn? Does Dawn want to say anything? Check Aaron's comment. Aaron. For real, what is the issue with meat and dairy? Oh, are you still here, Aaron? I see your comment. Let me know if you're still here for real. What's wrong with meat and dairy? Well, let's just start with meat. Where does meat come from? Like, what needs to happen in order for you to say go to the store and buy some meat? Just what? Okay, I'm glad you're still here, Aaron. And I'm being cool. I'm not. I kind of maybe trolled a little bit in my title, so don't be upset or triggered yet. But it's an evidence-based channel, and it's a critical thinking-based channel. We don't attack people. I don't make fun of you or call you names. So I'm just asking you, what needs to happen in order for that burger to be wrapped up in the butcher's department? Heidi, do you mean Angie like the APT song, that Bruno Mars Rose or Rose collaboration? No, I'm not a big fan of it, but I think it's cool. I think it's a well-made video. I think she looks cute, and I think they look cool together. They look like a cool indie rock couple or something like that. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the music style, but you know, I'm kind of picky. I have a certain aesthetic, I guess. What's the problem with eating meat? Okay, I'll tell you right now, since you didn't answer my question. The problem with eating meat is that it necessarily involves animal cruelty and exploitation, and that's what veganism is. Let's first of all have a quick look. Ooh, we don't want to look at this right now. So you know what we're talking about. So we're on the same page, so to speak. Literally, veganism is a philosophy and way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practical, all forms of exploitation and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. So now you know what I'm talking about. The problem with meat is that it ends the life needlessly of an animal. Here's the whole point. You don't need to eat animals in order to live, in order to be healthy. And again, you don't need to take my word for this. You can look at, say, the positions of health organizations around the world who have looked into the research in nutrition and eating plants. And there's a consensus. Again, this is not the opinions of like influencers or some lone doctor on TikTok. These are health organizations, nutrition professionals, and they say a well-planned vegan diet is nutritionally adequate. So the point is, since you can get all what you need from plants, and maybe take a B12 supplement and vitamin D, especially if you live in northern latitude, vegan or not. My point is, why have animals be killed for you needlessly when you can just eat plants? Like, why have animals killed? I mean, do you like animals to be killed? I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you probably love animals. You probably even have some pets, right, Aaron? I'm sure you appreciate animals. You know, they're sentient beings. They're capable of having feelings. They have thoughts. They can get sad. If you hit them, they freak out. Not to say I would ever hit an animal, but you know what I'm talking about. So why would you have an animal put through all this life of exploitation and cruelty and ultimately slaughter so you can have a burger or what have you when you just eat a plant instead? That's the problem with eating meat and dairy, that they both necessarily involve animal cruelty and exploitation, which is absolutely needless. So you're saying, well, I still want to have milk though. Well, great. I still drink milk. It just doesn't come from an animal. You can have a plant milk, like say oat milk. It's delicious. Almond milk, delicious. You put it in whatever you would put milk in, coffee, cereal. There's no reason. If you still want to eat ice cream, they make dairy-free Ben and Jerry's. They have Cherry Garcia, fish food, all the favorites. There's really nothing you're going to leave behind. If you want burgers, I bet if you came over and had at one of our parties and you're a little drunk or tipsy and I handed you a burger, like a Beyond Burger with some ketchup and all the fixings, you would never know. You wouldn't think, wow, they just gave me some weird vegan burger. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless you're really trying to pay attention. So that's our whole point, Aaron, or at least my whole point about what's wrong with eating meat or eating dairy. It involves the necessary needless harm towards animals. So I don't know, what do you think about that? Let's see. Peter, I did answer that. Peter, where were you when I answered that, Peter? Are you a bot tonight, Peter? Let's see. Pablo. Hey, Pablo says eating meat is basically to steal the life of another being, and not without enslavement, violence, and cruelty. Would that sound good if it was done to humans? So that's my whole point, Aaron. I'm not trying to mock you or say you're a bad person or something like that, because my mom's not a vegan. I'm not saying, Mom, you're a bad person, I hate you or dislike you or something like that. Not at all. I mean, it's a personal decision to understand that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. You know, the definition of vegan, oops, wrong one. Wrong graphic, my bad. To understand animal cruelty and a lot of people, a lot of non-vegans understand that animal cruelty and exploitation are wrong. Yet they don't do anything. Oh, what about protein? Did you not see what I just showed you here? I mean, I'll show you my blood test too. my protein is fine. But anyway, it says right here, a well-planned vegan vegetarian diet meets your nutritional needs, meaning protein. Because I'm not sure if you understand this, Aaron, and most people don't. A lot of people think only meat has protein or animal products. No, all plants have protein as well too. So if you're not starving yourself, meaning you're eating enough calories to meet your nutritional needs, you're going to get your protein. Unless you're doing something really, really weird, you'd have to really go out of your way to design a calorically sufficient plant-based diet where you're not getting sufficient protein. It's pretty tough. I mean, look at beans. You guys know legumes are packed with protein. You know, like all beans, even like soy is a legume too. So you can eat tofu, you can have black beans, brown beans, pinto beans, garbanzo beans, mung beans. There's so many different legumes you can eat. But that's if you want to get extra protein. You can still meet your caloric needs just eating like, say, potatoes and stuff. So it's not a problem. And if you don't believe me, first of all, I'm just following what the health organizations here are saying. But if you don't believe me, I have my blood labs, my blood tests, and I'll send you a link. You can see I've been sharing my blood tests for, let's see, blood. Here's my blood test playlist. Oops.
Hi. Meet Woodger.
Oh my God. It makes you want to move.
What I'm going to do here is share this playlist of my blood labs. You can watch them at your leisure. I've been vegan for 14 years. I'm 57 years old. And in the entire time I've had this YouTube channel, started in 2013, I've been sharing my blood work. Like every roughly 2 years or so, I'll get my blood work done. And one of the things they measure or check in your serum for is protein. Not deficient, not even close, not deficient at anything. So you can have a look there. I'm actually quite healthy for my age. My doctors always are, keep on what you're doing, bro. Most people that come in 57 are diabetic or at least pre-diabetic on multiple medications to treat different health issues that have arisen from their poor diets. I'm on no meds. I'm not med shaming. If you're on a med, totally cool. I mean, if I had to, I would take one, but I don't need to, and I'm blessed and grateful for that. Not deficient. I'm healthy. Doctors give me green light, say keep on doing what you're doing because it's working. You're doing great for your age, or even if you're 10 years younger. So yeah, not a problem. And again, no surprise. I'm not a freak of nature. I'm just doing what the health organizations are saying to do. Eat a balanced, well-planned vegan diet. It'll meet my nutritional needs. It won't be deficient. And lo and behold, that's what's been happening. That's what they said should happen. And that is what is happening in my situation here. And I don't think I'm weird. This is quite normal. I'm not like the only healthy vegan out there or something like that. And good point. Speaking of protein, Skycross points out, meat, people think meat and dairy, that's the only way to get protein. Meat and dairy are associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease, heart disease, which is the leading cause of death. It's associated with some common forms of cancer too, like colon and breast cancer. And it's also associated with increased risk of other leading causes of death, like, say, diabetes, emphysema, and stroke. The leading causes of death are worsened by higher meat consumption, decreased by eating a plant-based diet. In fact, meat is on the World Health Organization's carcinogen list. Processed meat, like everyone's bacon or bologna, if people think bacon's healthy now. No, it's a group 1 carcinogen, the same level of carcinogen as, like, say, cigarettes, meaning it's a known carcinogen. Not maybe, it is. Red meat is a group 2A carcinogen, which is the category of probable carcinogen. There's tons of evidence suggesting it probably is, and they're looking for more to put it on the group 1 list. So last time I checked, bananas, potatoes, kale, beans, any plant, any fruit, any vegetable, no plants are on the carcinogen list. What's that, Peter? And not like Ken Berry won't gaslight you? I'm sure he does his share. He did his share in his blood test video. So are you still here, Aaron, or did you bail? again, I hope you think I'm not speaking to you in a condescending or mean way. I'm just very passionate about what I do, whether it be my music production or veganism. Very passionate. So if I seem a little forceful, just my passion, but I'm not speaking out of any place of hatred or animosity or anything like that. In fact, quite the opposite. I love sharing information about plant-based diets, veganism, the whole thing. So I'm glad you're here, Aaron. So any thoughts, any questions? Cool. Try Veganuary. Just give it a shot. Eat plants for an entire month and see how you feel. And, if you're looking for any resources, we're happy to help. We have a book that we share with you. It costs a little bit of money because it took Angie a long time to write it, but we have our Happy Healthy Vegan cookbook. I'm not trying to sell it to you right now. I don't even have it here. So it shows you what a big salesman I am. I have our old book there. So anyway, just try it out. You don't even need to get anything. Just do it for free. And the Veganuary has lots of good resources. Go to veganuary.com. Not associated, not affiliated. Don't get a penny from them or anything like that. Just check them out. There's plenty of great resources to help everyone out who might be interested in trying to eat all plants for a month and see how you do. That's what happened to me. Someone's asking earlier, did I have any big aha moment when I decided to go vegan or something like that? And I said, no, it was a few things, but one thing was a week in San Francisco. And it just so happened every time I went to a restaurant, I got the vegan options. When I went to the market, we just got food that didn't have any animal products. And after the week, it was really like 5-6 days, I felt wonderful. I'm going, why would I go back to not vegan? I didn't even know if it was healthy or not. I just tried it for the hell of it and it seemed cool. It was later on I learned that it's actually a quite healthy way of eating. Not only is it nutritionally adequate, it actually reduces your risk of the most common forms of death. So it's like a win-win. Hey, so you sent me another video of Kim Berry where he says to eat lots of processed meat. I wonder what his medical license people think about his non-standard information, his non-scientifically backed information. Legit, what did I eat for Thanksgiving dinner? I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what I ate for Thanksgiving. Let's go back to here, and let's see if I can find the short that Angie made for the 7 vegan things Angie made for Thanksgiving. Let's see. She makes a lot of... Let me know if I missed it yet. Thanksgiving, here it is. Duh, I'm stupid.
7 vegan dishes I made at home on Thanksgiving Day. Starting with marinated tofu steaks, oh hey hooray. Mashed potatoes so creamy and light, topped with mushroom gravy, a savory delight. Cranberry apple relish, tangy and sweet. Wild rice pilaf that can't be beat. Korean sweet corn, silky and warm, and a salad with balsamic breaking the norm. 7 vegan dishes, each one's a win. A Thanksgiving feast, let the joy begin.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a great day.
7 vegan dishes I made at home on Thanksgiving.
You can barely see at the end on the table, a little corner of our wine, our Sonoma wine there. It's actually a rosé that Stevie Nicks drank before or something like that. I was stoked when I learned about that. But it's from a little winery too. There's like a mom and pop kind of winery. But no, that was an AI generated song. Angie put in the lyrics, and she knows how to use the AI music generator tool. But that's what we had on Thanksgiving. So thanks for asking. And I have to say, that was amazingly delicious. It was tasty. It was filling. We even had leftovers, like proper Thanksgiving. And for Christmas, we're probably gonna have tamales, Aaron, if you're still watching. There's some great vegan tamale makers, and I'll try to support them on Christmas. Oh, yeah, Gemini AI, the Google AI write you dirty country songs. I didn't know Gemini wrote music too. Interesting. Or songs or lyrics? Does it actually make the music or the lyrics? Because I know. ChatGPT is great for helping writers craft out their words. So, anyway. Yeah, that was a delicious Thanksgiving. So I'm glad Erin came on and asked about what we ate for Thanksgiving and showed her it doesn't suck. I mean, that was so delicious. I'm sure if you were here and ate this, you'd find it all great. I mean, a lot of the stuff is just stuff that people eat anyway, like rice and cranberries and stuff like that. There's just no meat to put it on. But yeah, the gravy's, totally Thanksgiving. It was a very Thanksgiving themed meal that Angie made us here. So yeah, a lot of people think it sucks being vegan, but totally does not suck being vegan. Our meal rocked. It was delicious. I wish I could eat like that all the time. It was very festive, and we drank like a fantastic Sonoma rosé that Stevie Nicks has had before. It was a magical day of good eating. It didn't suck. I didn't sit there and go, man, this sucks being vegan today. No, it was awesome being vegan on Thanksgiving. Mashed potatoes and mushroom gravy, yum. You got that right, Uncle. So yum. Yeah, it's made me think of dinner tonight. I'm not sure what we're going to do. You can't find this at any restaurant. Yeah, what I showed you there, yeah, you're not going to find that at any restaurant. That's homemade, homemade cooking there. Yeah, that's it's just Angie, my wife and partner in Happy Alley Vegan. Yeah, she's pretty good in the kitchen and knows how to make good stuff, so I'm very blessed in that regard. I know it's not as easy for everyone. Not everyone is lucky enough to live with Angie. But it's not that hard. I'm just telling you how great she is. But, it's not like she's not like a trained chef or anything like that. This is stuff that most of you guys that are kind of handy in the kitchen probably can, learn to make. Sea-Dog, you did some blow that Stevie Nicks did before? Really? You shared like a tray of cocaine with Stevie Nicks? If so, that's completely awesome. I did spend an afternoon in the same recording studio that Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac, for that matter, spent like months and months and months in recording Tusk. It's at Village Recorders in West LA. They actually... Fleetwood Mac's money paid for this whole giant Studio D complex there. Big room, big chambers for recording vocals in. We got to see Stevie Nicks' vocal chamber and hang out with it. And we're like, wow, this is the room she recorded like Sarah in. And, it's like, anyway, I won't go near garlic and onions. Yes, that's a personal preference. Not fans of garlic and onions. And I was glad to find out that there's like Eastern religions that have things against garlic and onions. I felt, okay, I'm not crazy. I'm just not a fan of what it does to me odor-wise. But yeah, you guys can if you love garlic and onions, totally cool. I'm not saying don't eat them, just a personal thing. If you don't mind smelling weird, it's totally cool. It's totally fine, because they do make you smell weird. There's no getting around that. I know a lot of people say, no, I don't smell weird on when I have garlic. You do. You just don't have anyone honest enough to like tell you. But trust me, it does create a smell. What's that, Milo? On Joe Rogan, RFK Jr. says McDonald's should fry their potatoes in beef tallow. See, that's why I'm really skeptical of how healthy RFK Jr. really is. I know he has like, certain like health-oriented beliefs. Some of them are conspiracy theory based, some are not. But, it doesn't seem like he's necessarily healthy. People say, look, he's all jacked. Well, yeah, he does testosterone replacement therapy, the same thing Joe Rogan does, and he works out. So yeah, if you're working out and you're doing testosterone replacement therapy, yeah, you should have some gains. It's nothing magical. He's not doing anything special. He's probably training right and working hard and injecting that testosterone. That's what it's good for. Yeah, Johnny, if you love garlic rolls, totally cool. I'm not trying to dissuade you. Where did the time go? Holy shit, Sarah, we've been on 2 hours. Holy moly. Yeah, Joe Rogan says meat is healthy. And guess what? Good thing you pointed that up. I have a whole playlist of Joe. Where the hell is Joe? Why am I not seeing Joe here? Here's my Joe Rogan videos. I've been covering Joe Rogan for years. Years and years. 8 years ago. Vegan diets are dangerous. Response to Joe Rogan. That's probably when I started. He's been spreading. Joe Rogan has probably been, honestly, the world's worst spreader of misinformation. Oh, I didn't show it. He's probably the worst spreader of misinformation about vegan diets in the whole world. Let me just show you. I've been making Joe Rogan response videos forever because he says so much wrong, stupid nonsense about vegans and veganism. It's just he's just horrible. He's just a bad person for all the misinformation he's spread about veganism all these years. So anyway, I'll share that with you too in the live chat comments. You want to check it out. But yeah, he can say anything he wants. Doesn't make it true. He can say it on his podcast and act like he's the boss, but that doesn't make what he says have any truth. You know, just makes him a spreader of misinformation. Yeah, and he's pumped himself up with human growth hormone, testosterone replacement therapy. The guy complains about, I have a video about him complaining about vegans needing to take supplements. Yet, I found videos of him listing the enormously long list of vitamins and supplements and drugs he gets shot up with. It's like way worse than any vegan I have ever met. The guy's a complete hypocrite. And yeah, he has to take testosterone because his testosterone is so low. And I have a video there comparing my testosterone levels with his, and mine are high. Mine are the levels of a guy like 29, 30 years old, and they're prime testosterone years. Joe, he's been getting shots in the butt for like 10, 15 years now because his are low, and he eats all this meat. So he likes to talk a big talk about how horrible eating plants is and how manly he is, but you know, the truth isn't what he puts it out there to be. But time has flown, Sarah. You're absolutely right. And I think it's time for us to end our live stream tonight. And yeah, I actually might go get something out tonight. Yeah, you guys, what should I get? Should I get some Panda Express? Should I get some burritos somewhere? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for making food right now. So I'll think about it. Now it's a nice stream. And thanks, Aaron, for joining us. We haven't had any people come on for a few weeks now that were critical of veganism. So I appreciate your stopping by and being respectful and patient, and that's all I can ask for. So hopefully we gave you some good information here, some that you can think about. And if you ever have any questions about anything related to eating plants, come here and we'll try to answer it for you. So thank you, Peter and AJ and Jordan and Johnny, and that's it. Everyone who gave a super chat tip tonight, thank you so much. Much appreciated. It really, it really helps keep our channel going, keeps our videos flowing. So thank you so much. And thank you, Peter and Uncle, for moderating. Once again, not a crazy night, but that's good. We'll take that. And it's good to have Uncle back in our folds. He's part of our live stream community here, so we miss our regulars when you're not here. And Full Roll Music, I'm sorry, I don't think I said much to you tonight, but good to see you too as well tonight. And so next week should be a similar kind of thing, hopefully, as this week. I'll do some kind of response video. That's the plan. Angie I'm sure will make a few 7 vegan meals I had at home, and back next Friday with another live stream. So looking forward to seeing you guys then. And I hope you guys all have a good week. Hang in there. The holidays can be a tough time of year, especially if you're older like I am and you're vegan. It can be a little tough, but we make it work. And I'll be here next week to be part of your vegan community, your vegan friends you can chat with. And I look forward to chatting with you guys, my vegan friends, next week. And even some non-vegan new friends like Aaron, if you're still here. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. And I guess that's it. No new announcements. I will see y'all in a week's time. So remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Much love to y'all. Bye, guys.